Hey everyone, Bree Bragg here with another positive post from the Kokomo Post. Sit back, relax, and get comfy because today's positive story is partnered with Walls Furniture Mattress right here in Kokomo. Today's positive story is about local author Lisa Fipps, who just released her very first book titled Starfish. We were lucky enough to meet up virtually with Lisa so she could tell us more about her amazing new book. Check this out. Lisa, thanks for meeting with us today. You are a local author and people are getting super excited about this new book. We are hearing all the buzz around it right here in Kokomo. So tell us a little bit about yourself and the title of your book.
My book is Starfish. It's a middle grade novel in verse, which means poetry. And it's about a girl named Ellie, and she's bullied relentlessly because she's fat. And so the book is about her journey from being bullied to realizing that there's something wrong with the bullies of the world and there's nothing wrong with her. And to the point where she starts realizing she has a right to be seen, to be heard, and to take up her space in the world. And so that's what the short, sweet version of what the book is about.
Love that. So what inspired you to write a book like this?
I'm fat. I've always been fat, various degrees of fat. And so when I was a fat kid, I was going through all this bullying and there was nothing out there. I was an avid reader and there was not a book out there where I saw myself, and it made me feel even more alone and more different. And so when I decided to write children's books, I thought the book I need to write is the book that I needed when I was a kid. And surprisingly, it wasn't out there still, even though, I'm grown now, it wasn't out there. So I think that's what some of the buzz is around the book, is the fact that there's nothing like this out there. And so that's how I came about writing the story.
Yeah, I love that. And you're so right. There really isn't a whole lot of content out there, which is pretty surprising because in 2021, the big movement has been about body positivity. So it's always a little shocking when you don't see every body type represented in movies and TV and books and beyond. So we're very happy to see you representing body positivity. We're going to be sharing this with our kids. We're wondering, what kind of feedback have you got back from the community about it?
The feedback I get is very emotional. People are very emotional after they read the book. And I have librarians and teachers, especially, who read it. They will private message me after they post a public review of it. They will private message me and just spill their heart about what happened to them when they were younger. And so even though it's a book written for children, adults are finding a lot of healing by reading it. And what is interesting and heartbreaking and good and, all that is when you see that people in their 20s, their 30s, 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and I've even had some readers in their 70s email me and say, if I could only go back and give this to my 10-year-old self, my 11-year-old self, my life would have been completely different. And it bothers me that people who are, in their 50s, 60s, 70s are still feeling the pain from what happened when they were children, all based on mean things people said and did to them because they were fat.
Yeah, that's very true. Your message is going to speak volumes, like you said, not only to kids, but adults as well. Again, while we were sitting here reading more about your book, we were feeling the same way. Like, we wish that this was around while we were growing up as a young woman, and your body ever changing is such a struggle. So if we were able to hear these things growing up, maybe we would have been better off as well. Lisa, what is something that you want to let our audience know to keep in mind while they're reading the book, or is there a special message that you want to send out to people that are buying your book? And it sounds like you love the feedback, so how can they contact you?
I have a website. It's authorlisafipps.com. and you can email me through there. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And one of the things I just want people to know is it's written for children, for middle grade students, but adults love this book. And I really want anyone who deals with children, whether you're a parent, a teacher, a pediatrician, a librarian, you need to read this book, because if it's happened to you, it will help you feel heard and seen for possibly the very first time in your life. But if you've never been fat, you will be able to live in a fat person's skin for a few hours and understand just how much your judgment, your looks that you give people, what you say and do to them, damages them, hurts them, and affects them for decades or their whole life.
All right, Lisa, well, tell us how we can get our hands on your book.
Okay. You can buy it at any bookstore, independent bookstore, any bookstore. You can also check it out for free at the library. The library has some copies of it. There's an audio version as well if you prefer to listen to a book while you're driving or doing housework or whatever. And then you can also just go straight to the website for Penguin Random House and order it from there.
Perfect. If you see something positive floating around the internet that you think we should know about, slide into our DMs. Don't forget to follow us on all of our other social media platforms at the Kokomo Post. We'll be back with something positive tomorrow, Kokomo.